Hey guys, welcome back to the Joe Joseph Gurr channel. I'm Joe Gurr. Welcome back. It's been a fucking minute. Yeah, I know. About 3.5 to 4 months. Jesus Christ, huh? Virgin Mother Mary. But anyways, before we get off into this whole spiel and what I've been up to, and this is my third video trying to get this fucking thing right, how I want it to sound. But anyways, you guys, I'm back. So, without further ado, we're going to be dipping on the fucking usual Copenhagen wintergreen. Fucking fantastic dip right here. So if you're going to pack a lip with me. You know, we got packer cans. And do sideways, a little less quieter. And, you know, me, I pack both ways. Sometimes one gets it a little bit better than the other until you get about half the can. Sometimes even you get down to a quarter of a can left, and side pack is the ultimate packing for that shit. I've come to find we've only taken 2 dips out of this, or a dip out of this. This is how much we got left. Well, you guys can see this better, huh? A fucking different camera. No, I'll get to that after that. But if you're gonna take a dip, come on, get your pinch out, get your pinchers. Fucking as Roberto Dips used to say. Now, I haven't been kept up with YouTube. Kind of almost stayed off grid of most of the interwebs, other than Pandora. So, I don't know who's left and who's still making videos, but fucking Roberto Dip, if you guys don't know who he is, I don't know if his channel's still up. I'll check that shit out. But, you know, if it is, go check him out. Great guy to watch. But he used to say, get your pinches out, you know. Grab you a pinch. This is a fresh can, too. I only got it today. Trying to figure out which side's the lesser evil here. We're going to pack it in a mid-side pack. Not all the way where it's up here in the cheeks, but a little bit halfway. Then we're going to get us a little dip nugget of flavor saver. Always remember, you can lick your fingers of dip crumbs, because you don't want to waste that goodness. Today we're spitting in fucking Woody. For all you guys that are new, or who will soon discover my channel or whatever. This is Woody. I don't know if it's a green wood real tree mud jug or just a real tree camel mud jug. The original one. Hold on. That doesn't seem like a little bit. That seems like a little light. So we're gonna pack us a little bit more. You know, if you ever watch my earlier videos, you'll see my whole spiel about pinch sizes, and you can always, you know, you put in a dip that you feel is too small at the time. You can always put a little bit more. I mean, I get the back in a hogger. I used to do, but you know, until that's when I actually had money for it. And then you start not getting money and you figure, oh shit, I gotta make a can last longer a little bit longer than it normally does. And you take a little bit smaller pinches than normal. That's pretty much how I do it. Is if a pinch feels light, I throw in a little bit more and doesn't hurt, you know. I ain't wasting any because I got too big of a pinch, you know. So that's how I did. But anyways, what's going on? You can see me clearly now, and you can more likely hear me. Well, I got an iPod for Christmas. It's a handy little gadget now. I didn't get it at Christmas, but it's a late Christmas present. So, also to, you know, at least took you guys mud when I was mudding. So, yeah, that's fucking cool, that story. So, a couple weeks ago, me and my buddy, he's a little pissed. Side story on that, background story. My buddy DJ, you guys hear me talk about in my earlier videos, he, on his job, he's working at, he was doing something that, you know, they knew was unsafe, but told him to do it anyways. So he did, and he ended up hurting himself. He cut from like right here, or like right here, all the way down. Call him Scar. His nickname now is Scarface because of it, because he has a huge ass scar. He's lucky he didn't go down all the way down, just a few more inches, about an inch, half an inch down more, you know, and he would have cut his jugular. Luckily, it didn't go all the way through his, you know, all the way through. But it left him a nasty scar. It left him a nasty. Sorry if like my words sound more jumbled up than they usually do, and if I'm talking a little bit lower and raspier, it's because I'm going through a little bit of a cold. It's one of those, you know, inner chest colds that when you cough, it gives you a goddamn headache, but it also hurts your vocal cords too. That's what I'm going through. But I got this today, and I figured, what the hell, it's like a video I've made a few, but it didn't sound right. This one's starting to sound better. But anyways, you know, he came over. He's like, oh, man, I don't know what to do about this. You know, this will lead up to the mud. Don't worry. It's if you're new, just bear with me. We weave in with the stories, and I'll tell you background stories behind it, which usually ends up my videos become a little bit longer when that happens, but bear with it. So anyways, he comes over to my house. You know, he told me about the workplace. Workplace is not so safe, but, you know, you can't do nothing about it. It's an older building. I mean, technically wiring has to be safe enough to operate, but it doesn't really have to be up to the standards of today, because if you ever take electrical wiring class, you'll learn that, well, at least in the state of Idaho, I know this, that, I don't know if it's everywhere, but in like the state of Idaho, if a building's old enough, it doesn't really have to be rewired unless you remodel it. It doesn't have to come up to standards. And I don't know if they remodel, I didn't ask them. So the wiring's a little bit unsafe, a little bit on the unsafe side, because it's an older building. But he heard himself, and he asked me what to do. And I was like, you know, just to be safe, you know, call OSHA, see what you should do, so you're not gonna, that kind of steps on people's toes a little bit. But, you know, better safe than sorry on that type of thing. So he comes over to my house. He's like, oh, shit, asked me that. Tells me that. I see a scar. I was like, goddamn, dude, I'm gonna have to start calling you Scarface. Then he comes up, hey, man, you wanna buy some, bro? Does like a Scarface impression. Say hello to my little friend. And he's like, hey, wanna blow off some steam? Let's go mud. It either rained or the snow had melted. I think it rained the day before. So we were fucking mudding, fucking almost crashed his Explorer. We went on a back road. I mean, we were a ways out from any paved road, And for the matter of fact, any gravel road. We're on a dirt road, and where I live, if you're not careful, you'll get into treads. Now, that's if you don't know what treads are. They're pretty much tracks in the mud, where people have gone through the mud and it's wore down into the mud and made a bit of a jump. Well, we hit one of those treads just right, going through a puddle. This is a fairly semi-deep puddle. Deep enough to go, alright, this is kind of a deep muddle for the car because, you know, it's not really lifted, it's stock lifted, so it's stock height. So, anything you get out that reaches a little bit into your shins is kind of a little high for the car, but, you know, it's not really nothing too worried about, but we went in there a little fast so we wouldn't get stuck. Pretty sure you guys know how to mud. Most of you, anyways. So we got into there. He hit the gas, hit the bump, hit the tread just fucking right. And we jumped. And we came back down and we landed like at an angle like this. So it hit his back tires and we went shot forward. And then we hit another bump and then we went boom. If I wasn't sitting in the back, I would have went flying forward. It was fun. Oh, a ride. I'll admit that, it was pretty fun. I wish I could have shown you guys some of the footage of that. It's pretty fucking fun. But that's what the iPod allows me is portability. So I can, if I'm doing something fun, say if I go fishing or I go hang out with DJ and we're doing some crazy shenanigans, I can film it and put it and show you guys. So you guys don't have to you can see the experience with me. And not me just tell you about it. Because that kind of shitty when you're like, you ever hear a story and you're like, fuck, I wish I could see it. Or I wish I could have been there. That's what the iPod, my iPod will bring, you know. It'll bring a portable camera. Which is great for doing YouTube. But on a side note, the iPod isn't just for the camera. It's also for like TVs in our house, other than the TV that's hooked up to the PlayStation, because where we got a Chromecast to replace, we dropped cable and got the Chromecast for our TVs. So we pretty much save about 50 to 70 bucks on our on bills, because where we only pay about 24 bucks or $23 in Netflix and Hulu, opposed to as $100 to paying for basic cable. Yeah, cable's fucking expensive. Sorry, spit out a little bit of dip. But that's one of the major reasons that I got the iPod for Christmas, is because that also works for TVs. See, and then really nothing has really changed so much in my life as opposed to 3 months, I guess you could say.
Are you going to the bathroom or just making a video?
Making a video. I'll be done here in a second. Give me a few minutes. But, sorry. Someone has to use the bathroom, so. But, you know, really nothing has changed since my last video. I mean, other than my buddy DJ moved to another town that's a little bit away, about between 30 and 45 minutes away. Congratulations to them. They've been watching my videos. Congratulations to them. His wife's gonna have a child. She's pregnant. Congratulations on that. Help them move to their place that they are at now. Oh yeah, you get this, alright? Get this. This is bullshit, alright? I went to the doctor. Got checked out because, you know, from time to time you might need to see a doctor. Well, It was about that time I'd been to a doctor and a few. I don't necessarily love going to the doctor's office. I'm one of those people that go, I fucking don't like doctors. If I had my choice, I'd say fucking leave me the hell alone. But you to get a little bit healthier, and that's what I got. That's what I got to do with myself. Got to get healthier than I am now. Had to go see a doctor. Well, took a test. Something caught his eye. Said, "Hey, you need to go see a specialist." Well, I wanted to go see a specialist. Now I get to the specialist. Tells me stuff that I already know, like I'm genetically fucked. But here's something he told me. I didn't even go in there to see him about my weight. Now, my weight issue, I know I'm fat. Kind of hard not to notice. I mean, you don't wake up. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't wake up and go, God damn, what the hell happened to me? I gained another person to a person and a half of weight overnight. It's kind of doesn't happen. It's a rare experience. I mean, you can put on weight fast, but to get to my weight, it takes quite a long time. So we go over there. He goes, well, what are you here for? Well, the doctor already said stuff I should say in the doctor's deal. He didn't run any extra tests no, they didn't run any extra tests or nothing. They saw the test, which I had recently done about a week prior to going to see the specialist. And this is the PA, specialist. I don't know if they all do this. This is the first specialist I've ever been to. But the PA comes in, talks to me, gets all the shit, gets caught up on while I'm there, and then he goes talks to the doctor. Doctor comes in. Now, I didn't too necessarily like this specialist. I liked his PA more. His PA is a pretty cool guy. But he comes in. Now, before this, I always thought I had diabetes, alright? Because that's what I've been told is what I always had. So, I find out I don't really have diabetes. I'm hypoglycemic. When I went to the specialist, that's one thing I did find out. Put that shit up. And it's kind of easy to explain to other people that that's what I am. But, if you're not careful with hypoglycemic, you can turn into type 2 diabetes. I learned that. Didn't know that could happen. But the specialist came in and he's like, well, you're genetically fucked. I already knew that. My family loved me too much. Give me a bunch of added shit. Your family always gotta love you a little too much, Give you presents along down the road. And he walks into the room, tells me I'm genetically fucked. And he's like, well, he asked me, and I was like, well, I gave him this whole spiel. I said, well, now here I am, fat and all. And he tells me, well, looks at me and says, the only way I'd ever lose weight is with weight loss surgery. Now, I didn't say anything of how hard it was to lose weight or gain. I just know it's easy to lose weight, and it's a little bit harder to, it's easy to gain weight, a little bit harder to lose weight. But, it's not so hard that you can't do it. I mean, not so much that surgery is your only option of losing weight, is what he told me my only option was. And he told me that as if he's like, I only prescribe weight loss surgery. I rarely subscribe that as a cure. Or, as, to help the symptoms or whatever. Surgery, he doesn't do it very often. And that I should feel lucky that he prescribed it to me. And I'm like, what the hell? He didn't even try to do anything separate, didn't want to run any tests as to why I gained weight faster or whatnot. Nothing. And, here's the funny part. I had to go to our capital, which is Boise. Hate fucking going to Boise. too many people, too many cars in the same place. I come from a country town, not used to that type of shit. So it's a little overwhelming over there. And it's where most of the rich folks live that are from Idaho, where a lot of them live. A lot of rich people live around Boise, and then you get like a lot of people in Sun Valley that are come from California and from a lot of places like that. But Boise's where most of your specialists, and it's like our biggest city in Idaho. So I go there, and he's like, "Well, he thought I had a lot of money." And I'm like, "What the hell? No, dude. No, I can't pay for the surgery. Not like I was gonna do it anyways because I knew better. I knew that wasn't my only option. So I asked him for other options. He was hesitant to give me other options. He's like, well, you don't have a lot of money, because I told him, well, you don't have cash for it. There'd be no way in hell, because that shit's pretty fucking expensive. He's like, well, there's diet shit, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you're really hesitant. All he wanted me to do was do the surgery, and he's like, well, I know this guy that does surgeries. And, after that, I get talking to my mom. My mom's like, usually people like that, doctor specialists and doctors like that usually get a cut from the surgery. It's a deal. And I'm like, God damn, man, that makes sense, but it's kind of shitty, someone like that should not be a doctor. Or he should have some people skills to go, I wasn't even there for my weight. I was there for a different problem. He didn't even check the problem. He's like, if you lose weight, that should help the other problem. It should be in the key word, not meaning it will. So, I got to thinking, I was trying to take him seriously because my first instinct is always be a smart ass. So I was trying to take this seriously as possible because when you're talking to a specialist, usually you want to take what they're going to say and their opinion as seriously as possible because you don't get sent to a specialist for nothing, alright? Kind of felt like I did get sent to a specialist to get told something I already know and for him to be an asshole to me as if I hit the lottery. I mean, that's fucking, if I wanted someone to tell me fat, I can look in the mirror and tell my own self fat. I mean, let's get real here. I know this is kind of a little rant, but, this is what happened since I haven't done YouTube. And, I know that I'm not the only person that's ever been to a specialist or to a doctor that's done that. And the thing with weight loss that I've come to find out is once you start to lose weight, if you're like a fat person like me, or even just a semi-big person in general, you don't have to necessarily be my size, but be a bigger person, there starts to come underlying problems with that, and sometimes you end up with problems that are worse than the reason you actually started losing weight. And, my whole spiel about the weight loss surgery is he's like, that's a short, because if you guys don't know, weight loss surgery is a double-edged sword. It can either work or it can't, or it won't, and you just end up having them cut you open and doing that procedure, and it might not work for you at all. I mean, I've heard stories and I've read about it, about how people do get this weight loss surgery thinking, oh, this is a cure for my weight. No, it's not. To actually get that to actually work, you gotta follow a strict program. Not necessarily a strict workout program, but a strict eating program. Because you can only eat shit, and I have cousins that have had it done, and, they piece all fucking day. When it comes to supper and stuff, they eat maybe a third or so of what's on their plate. Sometimes they don't even eat that. They maybe eat a fourth of what's on their plate what's on their plate. And I'm going, I can't do that. I absolutely can't do it. I mean, if I tried hard enough, I probably could. But I can't peace all day. Just not me. Not in my nature to do that. I can go 3 to, I can do 6 meals. That's as low as I can do as, for weight loss. Other than that, I'm a pretty natural person. I like to do it, not that, but he's like, well, it's totally safe, But he didn't say it would help him, specifically help what I was there for. And that's what gets me. You go to like a doctor or something like that, and you expect to get treated for the thing you're actually going there for. Now I talked to my dad. My dad's had similar problems, and he's like, with that type of stuff, you gotta search around, to find until you actually find someone that's willing to look into your actual problem you're there to see them for. And I talked to several people, and they said the same thing. And I'm going, well, why in the hell do you have to search for someone that's actually willing to treat you for what you're there for? I mean, they want you to shell out this cash to see them, but they don't treat you for what you're there for. They either want to do the short term, hopefully it does this for you, and then you do it and it doesn't work for you. I mean, that's my whole thing about this. That's one of my problems. Is, I think about all the possibilities. That's how I've always been. And, and I've thought about, all the things, yeah, it could help really with my weight loss. But that's not what I was there for. And how is that going to help my underlying problem, what I was there for? And, I came to the conclusion it could not help me. Because what he said goes the opposite direction of what I've been told to someone I actually trust and been treated by practically my whole life, My problem, I've always understood that I'd have for the rest of my life. There's no easy solution for my problem or what I have. And this specialist is telling me, oh yeah, here it is. Weight loss surgery. That's it. That's your solution to all your problems. I have bad knees. Weight loss surgery is not a cure for my knees. I mean, my knee damage in my knees is already done. So, that's what I don't get. I think I got to pay $300 to this guy for him to tell me that something that is not going to solve all my problems will solve all my problems and could be only a short term. I had it put really great in my bristle, in my mind. How to say, it could be. It's a short term. It's like a band-aid to like a shark bite, or you cut yourself real deep. You're gonna need stitches. It's like putting a band-aid over what could be a seriously mortal wound. But I understand. What's your guys' take on that? Let's hear that. If you guys had similar experiences with doctors, please share. I'm always looking for that. But that's pretty much what's happened. And then, my grandma isn't living with us anymore. If you guys ever watch my earlier videos and you hear an older woman talk behind me and give her opinion about what I'm talking about, that would be my grandma. My grandma's been kind of not in the best of health for the past 2 years. Well, we sent her to a nursing home to get her better until she gets better and she can come home. But that pretty much sums up what's happened in the past 4 months. 3.5 to 4 months that I haven't been on YouTube. So anyways, this is getting pretty long. I'm sorry about that. So guys, I'm going to leave you off of this, and I want to say thank you for all my subscribers and everybody who's watched my videos and who has stuck subscribed to me. I want to thank you all, and I'll get to the shout outs in a normal video next time I see you guys, which will probably be Thursday, maybe Wednesday, I don't know. We'll see. I'll make a video whenever I'm bored, so they might come a little bit frequently now, might not, I don't know. I'll have a set schedule probably for you guys in the next video. So always remember, keep a lip packed and a can handy, because life is better with a pen. See you all later.